Mitt Romney has said his strategy in criticizing you, and this might change over the next couple of days with these victories, is sort of you're one of them, and them being those people in Congress who have an 11% approval rate. I want to play for you what he said, and we'll talk about it on the other side.
This is a clear choice. I'm the only person in this race, Republican or Democrat, who has never served a day of time in Washington. In the world I come from, leadership is about starting a business, not trying to get a bill out of committee.
Are you worried about that as a strategy? Because, you know, I don't have to tell you, people do not like Congress.
Well, it's funny because I ran for the United States Senate the same year Mitt Romney ran for the United States Senate. We both ran in 1994. I won and he lost. It's not that Governor Romney didn't want to be Senator Romney. He tried to be Senator Romney, but he ran as a very liberal Republican in Massachusetts who had just become a Republican. And he lost badly in a year where Republicans had one of the biggest election sweeps in history. It's when the Republican Revolution occurred. Look, Governor Romney had a great career in the private sector. I'm not going to criticize him for that. But we're not running for CEO of the country. We're running for someone who can lead this country, someone who has an understanding of what's necessary to get jobs created, and someone who has the wisdom to discern when the role of government should be involved and not. And on those issues, Governor Romney, Mr. Outsider, was for government takeover of health care, was for government takeover of the private sector, the Wall Street bailout, and was for the government takeover of industry and energy with a cap and trade. So Mr. Private Sector was Mr. Big Government when he was out there running from the private sector.
So Donald Trump would say, you lost too. He was interviewed by our Ashley Banfield, who does Early Start, and he said, listen, I'll play you what he said, but it's basically, you lost. Listen.
Rick Santorum was a sitting senator who, in re-election, lost by 19 points. To my knowledge, the most in the history of this country for a sitting senator to lose by 19 points. It's unheard of. Then he goes out and says, oh, okay, I just lost by the biggest margin in history. Now I'm going to run for president. Tell me, how does that work? How does that work?
How does that work?
Why don't you ask Abraham Lincoln, who lost just about every single race he ran before he ran for president. A lot of folks lose races. What I didn't lose, unlike Governor Romney, is my principles. I stood up and fought for what I believed in a very tough election year. And guess what? Governor Romney was up for re-election that year, too. His poll numbers were so bad he decided not to run for re-election. I stood for what I believed in. I ran a tough race against a great name in Pennsylvania, Robert Casey, in a very, very bad election year. And we stood by what we fought for.